everyone, Kaminari here, and welcome to another Kami Reviews, RWBY Volume 4. This time is Episode 8, A Much Needed Talk. I apologize to my audience right now, before I go ahead and do a review and summary of the story itself. It's taken me a while. Actually, I'm spending most of my time in making videos for Kaminari reviews or Kami reviews for RWBY, and I was just informed by a YouTuber that there is going to be a finale this Saturday, and I will probably do a review and finally end the RWBY review episodic reviews for now. I know there's another one coming out later this year. Hopefully we can get this done and over with. Thank you. Anyway, A Much Needed Talk is actually to me, it's kind of like a tie-in into all of the known mythos of the series itself. I.e., got the World of Remnent videos to explain more of the details of the mythos itself. Anyway. Crow just finished his story about what was really going on and why Pyrrha was sacrificed. Keyword sacrifice. Technically, she was killed by Cinder, and why RWBY had this weird power. Now, let it be known in Volume 3 that Pyrrha was killed by Cinder because of reasons. Pretty much she's a very good fighter, but she's also chosen to be the Fall Maiden because, like I said, reasons. And then you got RWBY, who pretty much annihilated, in some form of a term, Cinder, and weakened her to the point where she cannot talk, and still later on the series itself, we will find out that she is also weakened as in strength. So pretty much that ties in. And Team Ranger kind of like, the fuck? What the hell? I mean, you sacrificed Pyrrha for this? And poor Jean, I feel bad for him. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Jean-Pyrrha pairing just because they work so well. Now we gotta find another girlfriend for Jean. I kind of like rooting for RWBY right now. It's like, come on, RWBY. She's so cute, and you just want to hug her. But he also explained more of a creation myth in Remnants. They're saying that there is the god of light, the god of life, and then you got the god of destruction and the god of darkness, and how the Grim was actually created, and then like other things such as life, like plants, animals, and all that, and then he brought the Grim and fire, famine, and all that as well. But after a huge war between both the god of light and god of dark, they decided, you know what, why don't we make something more for our, just something we can create together that we both can be proud of. And they created mankind. Mankind can also have the power to create, can have power to destroy, has the knowledge, and has the choice or free will. These are the four elements that created mankind. However, he has also stated that these four principles that created humankind is also in physical form, and this is why we had the Hunter Academies, such as Beacon, Atlas, Minstrel, and all that. And it makes a whole lot of sense. Now, we cut back, RWBY made a comment. It's like, I can trust you. I know you're not lying to me, but why can't you tell us any sooner? Why don't you trust me? And Crow has replied I'm sorry to say this, but I'm technically a danger to you all. And he has stated that his semblance, I call it curse. Yeah, more like a curse. He explained that crows are actually a symbol of bad luck, and his semblance is actually never turned off. It's always on. It's always there. It helps out with his how he fights and beat the opponent, but when it comes to allies, it's not so good. So technically, a semblance is technically a double-edged sword, if you really look at it figuratively speaking. Now we cut into the other half of the episode where you hear Blake. Blake is kind of nervous talking to her dad, Gira, and she was like, I'm not sure if I can do this or not, kind of deal. And her mom, Kali, came in with a tea set. It's like, come on, why not we use this to help talk to your dad? It's like she gave her an excuse to go talk to her dad. And they talk about, like, pretty much everything that is needed to be said. And she said, and I quote, "Why do you still love me after all I've said?" Now, and to my younger viewers, especially those who are in their teen years, please note, the reason why your parents are like that, because they love you. They try to protect you and all that. And sometimes they want the best for you. And that is the whole thing that went on that's between Gira, Kali, and Blake. And then, in comedic effect, here comes Sun falling down from the door, which is very funny. I was like, oh my god, not him. But he has something important to tell him, and it turns out there was a spy in Menagerie, and he mentioned, like, your mom just told me that something very strange. And he said, White Fang members do not wear their masks when they're in Menagerie. Now remember, Menagerie is an all-faunus village or little country. That's why it's called Menagerie. But for some reason, there is a spy among them, and she kind of like slaps the poor son and then throw his scroll down out of the house where the spy had it, and then runs off. And Blake, just without a second, she went after the spy, and then Son said, "Don't worry, I'll bring back your daughter, and I know the White Fang is evil. You can count me on that. I'm not lying." And then went after her. And that ends pretty much that portion of the episode. Now, the next morning, you have Team Ranger getting ready to continue on their quest, and they saw Crow coughing. Remember, he was deeply poisoned, and he doesn't have that much to live, pretty much, and they end up hurrying up and do whatever. What do I think about this? Okay, now, what do I think about this episode, per se? So, really good tie-in. It ties in a lot of loose ends from the previous volumes. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense, especially in Volume 3, because it was with the idea of the Fall Maidens. Why RWBY have silver eyes? Because it's been foreshadowed and explained bit by bit throughout the whole series, especially Episode 1 in Volume 1. And she also mentioned Crow, and of course Crow is actually a teacher at one of the smaller academies. But all in all, that's technically what happened in the this pretty much episode. it brought back some tender moments of the series with Blake, and we give kind of like an interesting view of her, whereas she is just a typical teenager who's like, you can't tell me what to do, I do what I want kind of deal. Unfortunately, or fortunately for her, she got out of a situation, and her parents are proud of that. Though they were once White Fang members and she branched off and be with the others, it makes total sense how that comment that we will always love you is like, no matter what you do, you'll always be loved by us as parents. And believe it or not, I relate more to Blake than anyone else in RWBY, because, to be frank, I was like that. Everybody was like her. Like, we go against our parents' wishes just because. But, to be frank, she was the most relatable character out of the entire series whatsoever. And that's because she makes mistakes. She is strong-minded, but at the same time, she makes poor choices, and she tries to get herself out of that, in which she has in the Black trailer. So, yes, this is why it's one of my favorite episodes, but at the same time, it's not because more of so like Crow's being a dick. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for viewing any of my videos. There's going to be a vlog. I'm working on that vlog as we speak, so I'm sorry. Now, please comment, subscribe, like, share with your friends, bug me on social media whatsoever. I would love to get the exposures that I need. Anyway, I bid you a farewell and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.